Anyway, now that we finished that stealth section... back to not stealth. There we go. I think I hear a distressed deer. You should probably get that checked out by a doctor. You know, the purpling you're doing. I think purpling is bad for you. See, can I get somewhere? These guys might keep respawning. Let's just power through. A chocolate chip cookie from the zombie house. Wait, I can pick that up? Oh, but only my regular inventory, I guess. I probably put away the bullets. That's like a deer that's dying, isn't it? That's the sound a deer makes, I think. That concerning, like, screeching noise. Hi. Are we doing this? No, we're doing this. Oh no, this makes my hand tired. Looks like this door wasn't locked. Good. Oh, open. The controls are so fucking weird. It'd be that guy just threw an axe into the ceiling. What the fuck? The controls of this part would be easier if they let me just run. Alright, I found that you could rotate the joystick, which is way less hard on your hand than wiggling it. Oh, that wasn't a QTE. But this is? No? How'd those doors open? They opened for him. I guess we're safe? Okay. What in the world? Sure, why not? Root beer. I love root beer, Zach. It makes you less tired. Anything that's caffeine oriented makes you not sleep, but also, if you want to fend off your tiredness, you can also just drink alcohol in this game. Alcohol is actually maybe even more effective than coffee or soda. It's fucking weird. I don't know if I don't know about you guys, but all the alcoholics I've known love sleeping. In fact, there's a pretty quick transition between getting tipsy, then getting into the stage where they're not going to remember this the next day, and then quickly passing out. It's like one of the top things that happens. Trying to get an older person that's had like a couple beers to even make it through a movie is hard. They'll just pass right out halfway through the movie. I don't know why it's framed as like an anti-sleep stimulant in this game. Are we looking at this one? Don't like the look of this. There's no way to open this one. Bloody camisole. Huh? Oh no, he's got a golf club. Anyway. There you go. There you go. So is this like his mind palace or something? Is that the premise? Is that this is all a fictional thing, all the zombies aren't real, the crazy shit's not real. The way the evidence is presented, like on walls, like it's an exhibit, is not real. Like, am I just walking into a crime scene and finding the evidence, but it's abstracted like a Sherlock Holmes mind palace crazy version? Like a video game level? It's like when people get in a fight in a video game, but then the fight's resolved via, like, Bejeweled, like in Puzzle Quest or whatever. Like, is that what this thing is? It's me doing a crime investigation via abstraction.
It's bad. Very bad, Zach. The raincoat killer gave Becky a visit. Hold on. Can you hear that? Is it rain? It's the shower. Zach, the bathroom, quick!
Is that not the first thought you had? Also, that is most of the blood in a person, I think. Look, Zach, she's been definitely attacked here. Yeah, or they were like sacrificing a pig. You never know. Stabilizer, just jam that in there. I feel like that's one of those items I might never use. This is a really nice room, but why is it a bedroom? Wait, you have... Okay, you have like a beautification counter. You have an overhead clock lamp thing over your mega fucking bed, which is perfectly square shaped. You've got like a lunch, like tea table. You've got 3 fucking couches in front of a television. This is like a living room, and that's like a bedroom. This is like one of those apartments that's like, it's nice enough to have this much space, but not nice enough to have more than one room. So it's just like, there's the living room, there's the bedroom, there's the bathroom, and that's the entire apartment. But it's a mega mansion. Why would somebody's bedroom have a living room in it in like a mega mansion? No, they did it again.
Huh?
Oh my god, they did that one too?
Zach, she's still alive. Who did this? Who was it, Becky?
Becky! What happened here?
George, stay back. She's trying to speak.
We don't have time! She's dying! Thomas, cut that wire. No! We must get her to the hospital immediately.
What?
Thomas, stop. I think this is like a saw trap.
What are you doing? Get out of the way! I'll do it!
No, don't! George, stop!
No, this is totally a saw trap. It's gonna like decapitate her or something. Don't. Wait, no one tried to pick her up? She wasn't dead yet. She was just choking.
You got us good this time, Zach.
He didn't have to, though. You could have saved her. Whoa. Was that curtain there the whole time? That makes the scene look really weird. Did they not want me to look at it too straight? Where'd the streamers come from? Were they there originally? Or no? I feel like they just appeared when she fell, but weren't there before. I'm not sure. But like, if she fell and was getting hung, like, couldn't they just have picked her back up or something? Although I'm confused about the logistics of how she was hanging. Like, her knees are touching the ground. Like, even, like, seems like her body would support herself so that she wouldn't be getting hung. The logistics of her death are confusing. She must have been terrified. A horrendous ordeal. We were too late to save her. You kind of weren't, though. If she was choking from hanging from falling down, then anyone could have picked her up and tried to hold her up. All of you collectively could have held her up, and then she wouldn't be dying from that. Okay, it's the cutout filter. These are photographs, and they put the cutout filter over it. I know that one. Quite a serious character, though he likes to show off and is too... Not now. What a hell. Even Becky has been killed. Whoa, those are super deep toilets. The key for the safe. It's such a confusing mix of horror and drama and comedy when that crazy, bizarre scene is happening with her almost embracing Anna, who is dead, and then like it's like that's all like, oh, look at this, oh, this is interesting, and then there's like comic timing of her like coughing up a key in dramatic slow motion where I'm like, I don't know what emotion they want me to feel right now. Becky.
Oh.
Is the safe behind here? So could she just not speak because that was lodged in her throat? Because this killer keeps lodging things in people's throats, like the the seeds? Did they jam the key in her throat? I thought that she couldn't speak because her tongue was removed, because that was the implication of what happened to Anagram. Maybe we'll get an autopsy that'll explain whether or not she has a tongue right now.
My dear sister, I'm so sorry. I was a fool to fall for a man like him. I don't have the words to apologize to Anna.
I left her there, She was suffering so much, and I just ran away. I know he wanted to kill me too, but I'm not going to let him get away with this. I followed him after he was finished. He carried Anna into the woods. Anna was holding on to that precious locket of his. He couldn't remove it from her hand, even though she was dead. But she let go of it for me, though. It was like she gave it to me. So I brought it home. I might be able to bring Anna's killer down with it. I want you to see it. I know even he wouldn't dare to harm you. He'll catch me, though, if I go into town. I'm trapped in my house. So I've asked Isaac and Isaiah to deliver it. They totally believe that Anna became a goddess. I believe so, too. She looked so beautiful, as though she might smile back at any moment. I have something else to confess to you. I borrowed a pair of your shoes without asking and broke the heel on one of them. I'll send them along with the locket. I'm sure the shoe can be fixed.
So Becky is Miss Stiletto Heel. And she gave the locket to the twins. Must be the special secret Lily told us about, Zach. We'd better go and see her first thing tomorrow.
SB?
Emily, who might this sister be that Becky was referring to here?
That would be Diane. Didn't you know Diane and Becky were sisters?
I should have known, Zach. We're all family here.
This game already has a Keith and an SB, because of course it does. That guy's gonna be really disappointed, though. It's like, stop interacting with these kids. You're corrupting their soul every time you talk to them. I'm like, well, they're a part of the investigation. Sorry to tell you that. Please be raining. Hi, dog. Oh, we're teleporting to the next plot point, huh? Of all things, the final picture is him throwing up. Okay. I don't think I'm not always entirely sure if the game knows what tone it wants to strike. Leaderboards? No, I don't have the internet on right now. For this console. My older consoles tend to not have the internet hooked up because hassle. Well, alrighty then, this should be chapter 11. Zach View.
Previously during the investigation.
I'm Kaysen, Forrest Kaysen.
Thomas, did you see Nick here?
No. When I got here, he was already like this.
What are you doing? Get out of the way! I'll do it!
George, stay back. She's trying to speak.
No! It couldn't be! Nick! Oh, please, no!
You got us good this time, Zach.
Oh, I can't believe it, man. Now that's heavy.
Me neither.
When did Becky stop coming to work?
I think it was like from the day Anna was killed, man. Yeah, that's right. She was totally depressed about something.
About something?
Quint called for her to let us know she wasn't coming in for work. She must have been totally in shock, the poor thing.
So you took the twins along to cheer her up.
That's right, hon. If only I knew it would be like this, I'd have spent more time talking to her.
You told me about a special secret between your children and Becky.
Yes, of course. What about it?
It seems Becky handed them an item before she was killed. Any idea what that might be?
Now that you mention it, They had a box about this size, which they said was very important.
That's it. I'd like to talk to them about this in person. Where are the boys now?
They went out actually with Mr. Kaysen. They mentioned going to the community center today, hon. There is plenty of space to run around over there.
Kaysen? Do you know him well?
Oh yeah, he's a good guy. He always brings us gifts from his road trips. The kids love him, so we let him take them out every once in a while. You know, for a little quality time with the missus.
You can't be this hype. We're talking about your dead employee.
Calls for urgency. I'll go and look for them myself. And if they come home without running into me, could you let us know?
Sure, of course. I'll contact the department.
How is he going to snappy snap mode when we're sitting here talking about his dead employee? York's smile was less creepy than normal. It might have been the low angle or it might have been the beard, but something about the angle / beard led to that smile not looking completely upsetting.
Isaac and Isaiah aren't here. They're apparently out with Kaysen. Let's go look for them.
With Kaysen? Sounds like a long story. Any ideas where to start looking?
Lily told me where they went. No problem.
It just so happens I've been stalking them for the last 4 days. Alright, Emily. Get in my supercar.
And today, we're stuck here having to search for lost children.
They're not lost. We're the ones who are lost.
And so we are, Emily. Zach, we may as well have fun if we're getting lost.
You sure know how to take your time at a time like this.
Yeah. I like specialize in wasting time. I'm great at it. And vroom. Gonna go the wrong way now. Because why go find the kids? Which, by the way, they're not lost. They're where they always are every day. Probably. But instead of dealing with that... Oop. Oh yeah, it's time to do this. Fuel up. Let me just gas it up. You're the wrong person. You're not the one I bribe. I want to bribe them in front of the police. But no, what I want to do is I want to... Jesus. No, stop it. Go away. You have issues? But no, I want to visit, Oops. Am I clear? I want to go get my, my lunch. Damn it. I'll have to come back later. Maybe I'll get the right one later. I think it's RNG. Wow, that sign says gas station at least twice. Weird. Yeah, I definitely can only bribe him once per chapter. I find the lunch mechanic interesting too, because there's the side quest stuff already, where you can't do the side quests if you focus on doing the main story every day. You have to specifically be rude to whoever you're with and like ditch them. But like the lunch is with those characters, but you can only have that lunch if you ditch them, I think.
I can't believe 2 people have been murdered in our town. And now 2 young children are at the center of it all. I just can't come to grips with it yet.
Crime will happen wherever there are people. And that's why we have our jobs.
It might be easier for you because you don't live here. These were people that I knew that were killed. And the murderer might be someone who lives here in this town. It's really depressing.
I know. But someone has to bring this murder to justice.
You're right, I know. But, oh, Agent York, sometimes I just think I'm not really cut out to be a cop.
Not true, Emily. You have the potential to be a superb law enforcer. You can be emotional at times, but you also possess what's most important.
I do? What do you mean?
What do you think? A sense of justice.
Justice? I must admit, I'm surprised to hear such a... how should I say this? such an obvious answer. I thought you'd say something else.
Obvious or not, I joined the FBI in order to do what's right. And that's what's important.
I understand, but still, you seem... I'm sorry. I need some time to think.
Whatever do you want to think about?
Justice. I want to think about justice.
Zach, she's quite the philosopher, isn't she? Then again, death makes everyone a philosopher.
Is there something you want to check out? Well, either way, it doesn't matter. I can see you won't be rushed. I'm gonna go ahead, okay?
Okay, that would be fine.
Then I'll head over to the place that Lily mentioned. Don't take too long before you catch up, okay?
Yeah, let's see if she shows up here in the lunch meeting. Because if she does, then it's evidence that this game's design concepts all directly conflict with each other. Obviously, there's the whole thing where the game constantly shoulders you with these people and you can't really get away from them, and it wants you to do the side, but still has 50 side quests for you to do. But also there's like chapter-specific lunches where you have a lunch conversation, but she's accounted for this chapter. Oh, I saw his waypoint right when I was opening it up. She's accounted for this chapter and is off to go there, and she's like specifically isn't coming to the office, to the point where she's like, I guess you won't be rushed if I try to go to the office. So it'll be really weird if she's in this lunch meeting that can only happen now. Yep, there she is.
You know, this doesn't taste good today.
That's not true. Guys, Thomas made us a fine lunch as always. We should at least try to enjoy it.
You're right. We shouldn't be moping around, even more so in times like these.
I agree with Agent Morgan. Being so stressed out about our progress will only lead to mistakes. We should enjoy lunch. That's the very least we should do. As they say, the early bird catches the worm.
Sheriff?
George, you probably mean laugh and grow fat.
Yes, well, okay. Since we're all smiling again, let's get back to work.
Back to the investigation. Yeah, this is weird. There's a specific fully voiced lunch scene designed to be the post-murder scene of like, oh no, she was killed. Let's have this somber, people are really serious now lunch scene where they have to try to figure out how to move on and do their jobs despite all the adversity. But she specifically would not come with me because she's going somewhere else today. It's just weird. Like the days don't structurally fit together in any way where, like, I don't think there's a way you could process this content where it doesn't feel like it doesn't exist in the same story, like timeline wise. It's just because there's no breaks for it. The side quests are one thing because they ambiguously could happen in like any chapter, or many chapters at least, where that character's alive and available. It's just things get weirder with stuff like that, where those are day-specific conversations. As far as I can tell, every chapter of the game that's applicable, I think, has its own unique lunch conversation. Even if those characters would not be meeting for lunch that day, and are explicitly doing something else, and so on. And you have to actively break away from the chain of that day's storytelling to see the scene in the first place, which then features the characters that you left elsewhere. It's just real. It's just real odd. Alright, well now I'm free to go around and do questing stuff. So cool. Because it's a new day, and that means a whole bunch of people will suddenly be available again. And I intend to catch them all, and be the very best.